Here's a look at gold, starting it off on the weekly time frame, just to show you what I'm looking at. And I was looking for those 1240s for some time. At one point in time, I thought maybe it would not come, but the fact that we had this declining trend line here gave me more and more of confidence that the 1240s would actually end up coming, especially with the dollar yen bouncing up and the dollar index. So last week's moves really affected gold and finally got that push through this uptrend line here. Once we came down, it's been a nice smooth run to, where did we stop on Friday? Around 1243 or so. Still looking for a little bit more downside here to, like I said, around that 1240 level. Looking back, that's been an area to watch for. And if we don't bounce, from this level here, at least up to 12, what was that level here? 1260, or at least let me retract that. We should bounce from 1240 back up to about 1260 or so before seeing what gold's next plan is, and if we can go ahead and get outside of this selling pressure. So it looks like ultimately we're going to be heading back down to 1200. Now I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but we did have a very nice breakout. Okay, we never retested fully. We came back, retested gently. I would say here this is a light touch. Usually you want to see a break and then a nice slam back down, but looky here again, we had that intersection here, and it's been a short ever since. Pretty much you could have made a couple flips on this on the way down. As I said, looking for near term 1240 to be the resistance line. Is it out of the question for a more aggressive move lower? Absolutely not. I do want to just caution that we are near our 200 again, so that is just about 1233. It looks like, looking at the little indicator here on the right. So around 1233, that's the level where the 200 is at. I think that we should see a stop at this 1240 level here, and then we'll see a test of that 1260 level. Let's see how it happens. Looking at our lower time frames, still showing a lot of weakness overall. We haven't been able to get back above that 1250 level, so that means the selling pressure is going to persist until we get above that 50 on the hourly. Then we'll see that 1260 after that. So looking for a little bit more downside here. 1240 is a level that I'm watching with a potential reach down to 1238 or so, or even lower. Watch your dollar yen for the clues as far as the overall strength and what is the next clue as far as the direction for both dollar yen and gold. Now, what we have here is gold weakness. I think basically what happened was it was news related, may have been due to the extension or 2 week extension for the government funding bill. So from there, we'll have to see if we're going to reverse backwards now that we priced in the fact that a disappointment of on the Bulls part. A deal was made, at least near term, so prices continue to drop. Less fear out in the market, so the dollar yen popped back up. Dollar had a little bit more strengthening in the back of last week, so there's been a few things overall that's been impacting gold as well as the dollar and the dollar yen pairs. But there's also a lot of information going around now due to that U.S. embassy situation. Could start sparking some fear. So just keep your eyes on the dollar yen pair. Dollar yen looks like it's very, very close to topping out. Since I did my video, it did pop up a little bit higher. I'm thinking maybe it might go to 113.76 or so, but still looking at that weekly top line trend line resistance as the overall ceiling, at least for the near term. So that should be the bottom for gold once that happens, and then we'll see a nice move back up for gold and a nice retracement for the dollar yen, and we'll have to see what happens from there. But if gold doesn't start getting itself together and the dollar yen doesn't start, you know, reversing back, because right now we're seeing a nice clean break, but gold, if it's going to align itself with the dollar yen situation, still has more downside potentially. So I wouldn't necessarily suggest to go long for long. In other words, play the scalps for right now. Just know that we are going to see a bounce eventually, but right now gold is quite weak, and 1240 looks like the level that we should all be watching for. Daily time frame, pretty much the same thing. Looking for that test of that 1240 area, which is that 786 level. So there should be some action in this level here, and then we should see that pop up to at minimum 1260, maybe a little bit more to 1267 or so before we see that next push back down. the strength and the intensity of which is what remains to be seen, and that lies in the key with the dollar yen pair. So just keep your eyes on all the factors I just said. I know I spewed out a lot of information here, but it's been a lot to digest for myself since I got back. But as you can see here, looking left on our daily, then at 1244 could be the near term bottom, but if she happens to breach a little bit lower, then we'll be looking at that 786 direct hit around that 1236, 1235 level, and then a reverse back up from there.